Barbie!
I told you to wait in the dream house.
Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerf herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted you?
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are Yoi's a trainer who trains.
Gonzo the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello and welcome to episode 89 of the Real Serious Podcast. We got a packed show for you today. We got some news that we're going to be punting on. We were going to talk about him, and then in glorious fashion, it was apparently atrocious. So we're just going to skip that one for now, unfortunately. But we'll talk Big Bold Beautiful Journey. We'll talk Gen V. We'll talk Peacemaker. Before we do any of that, we'll talk about ourselves because we're selfish like that. So Jack, what's up, man? How we doing?
I feel like a fraud right now.
Fraud alert.
I called Charlie out so many times for his background. Now look at mine.
No. See, this is what we call potential.
I know. Who knows? Maybe I'll fill it up with shelves, and I can get just all the DVDs in the world, and I can compete with you.
Yeah, I mean, one day, probably sometime around episode 150, I'll have a new background. And then at that point, we're back to the drawing board again. We get to do something all over again. So
100%.
Charles will be joining us when he can. He's on the way to the airport right now. He's a very important person, so he gets a break. He did go to Disneyland yesterday, so he will tell us all about that when he does arrive. And yeah, that's what we'll get to when we get there. Some news before we get any news. Oh, dude, it was great. It was a good week. It was a good week. Good. Yeah, good week. I got some movies.
I haven't been on Letterboxd recently. I don't know.
Really?
I just haven't been. I mean, I didn't have a big week, so I'm just.
That's okay. I didn't have a big week either, but I watched some good ones. I watched some good ones to touch on. But first, the Colts are just electric. I have to say, the Colts are so good. But Indiana football is even better. They decimated the Fighting Illini.
I love it. It's so fun seeing Jonathan Taylor actually do what he can do against opponents, because there's someone that can actually check the ball down to him. It's really fun just seeing the players that last year, they could reach, this potential, or they could be this type of player if someone could just consistently get them the ball. And obviously there's not one wide receiver that's really taken over and is just dominating on our team. But I think each of them, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. I mean, he had a good game today. I think he got hurt at one point, but then you have Michael Pittman. It's just fun to kind of see everyone eating right now. 3-0 for the first time in 2009. So
that's so long.
We got a hard game next week, though. The Rams, who almost won today.
Hey, you're on your way there.
We play them next week. So I gotta say though, the Broncos losing on a field goal again this week, brutal.
Yeah, that was a tough look for them. But hey, it happens. It happens.
I'm
Lions play tomorrow. Well, tonight, if you're listening on Monday. And then the Hoosiers are an 11th best team in the nation.
Rolling.
They kicked some serious ass.
The spread was 7.5 for IU, and I was blown away that it was that much. Yeah. Obviously, we look good, and I felt confident about our team, but the way that we just made the 7.5 spread look. I mean, what was it? What was the final score? 50?
56.
Or we lost, or we beat them by 50.
Oh yeah, it was 60.
It was just.
Oh, I just googled Indiana football. 63-10. I mean, just a decimation.
Crazy. And I'm excited to see where we go. We got a tough game next week against Iowa, and then after that we got a bye, and then Oregon. So it's not going to be easy, but I like what I'm seeing so far from the team, dude. It was so much fun, just touchdown after touchdown. Yeah. You see the halftime talk with Sig before he went into the tunnel?
He just looks so pissed all the time, and I like it. I love it a lot.
They were like, your team looked great in the first half. What do you want to see from your team in the second half? And he said, more points. This guy, come on, scored 35 points in the first half.
Yeah.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy. We're doing this guy. I will say, I got Mendoza Heisman bet before the game started, plus 3,500. As of today, one day later, he is now the betting favorite at plus like 800. So
Really?
big jump.
Have they given you a cash out option?
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he just gets to New York. If he gets to New York, I'll cash out. I'm going to cash out. All I have to do is make sure he gets there. So
Pretty awesome.
Also, for those who are wondering, when I did Google the Indian Football League, they just won against Oman on Monday, September 8th, and their next game is October 9th against Singapore. So shout out the Indian football team. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, this is definitely soccer. Yeah, it is soccer. It's football over there, but it's soccer. Yeah, we learned a lot today. But getting into it, I thought I'm going to do something different this week for the things that I've been watching. I'm not going to go into as much detail. I'm going to just break them up into two chunks, the new and the old. The old is I'm 2 more Rockies down, 2 and 3. Rocky 2 might be, if you don't cry, we got to take you out back and just like beat you up because like something's wrong with you. Rocky 2 is incredible. And then Rocky 3 that's where it switches. That's where it becomes like the formula has been figured out of what a Rocky movie is. And it's so great. And then 2 new things that I watched this week. So that's my new category. I watched Braveheart for the first time. Working through some Mel Gibson cinema that I haven't seen ever. So Braveheart was pretty awesome. Yeah, Flight Risk. Can't wait. Can't wait to get to that one. There's some points in this where it's just like Mel Gibson is being just like overindulging himself. Like he's doing so good. And then he's like, let me just take 5 minutes here to be like, I'm a filmmaker. It's like, dude, we're here for the slop. Like, give us the battles. That's what we're here for. This is him trying to do Gladiator, and he does very well. He does very, very close.
I think it's almost there, in my opinion.
It is, but which is funny because this came out before Gladiator. But like it does feel so. I'm trying to do Gladiator, even though it's the first one. And then I watched Midnight Run. I don't know. Have you ever seen Midnight Run?
I've not.
You would like Midnight Run quite a bit. It's De Niro. Okay. He's a bounty hunter, and he goes after this guy who's like a mafia accountant, and he's got to get him from New York to LA. And everybody's after this guy too. And it's just like the series of unfortunate events trying to get this guy to LA. And it's pretty great. It's quite funny. It's a good time. Very 80s in a way that I love. And they did something in this movie that I forgot people did. They smoke all the time in this movie. I forget people smoke. Like you don't see it anymore. So like you kind of forget it happens, but everybody smokes in this movie. This movie there's a haze on the screen because of all the smoke in this movie. And it's pretty awesome. So yeah, that was my 4 this week. And then obviously Big Bold Beautiful Journey, which I'll talk about later.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a short and sweet week.
Short and sweet.
Mine.
A lot of good stuff.
Mine was, I guess I'll go with the old and the new as well.
Yeah. We're changing it up.
The old Beetlejuice, it still bangs. Just had to give it a rewatch. I think I'm sick for really loving that movie, but I think I've accepted that sickness.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then with new PTA coming out this weekend,
yeah,
I figured might as well try and watch some of his stuff. And something that I heard that was, I don't know, a bunch of my mutuals on Letterboxd really liked it. Licorice Pizza was pretty highly ranked. I like this movie. I think I'm like still sitting with it, and I think giving it a rating, that's kind of something I'm gonna try and like slow down a bit on. I think sometimes, especially while I'm watching a movie, almost sometimes it's like hyper fixating on certain things instead of just like sitting down and just like, all right, like let's just enjoy the movie, and like a rating will find itself, later. Because I think a lot of movies I think that I watch, I'll find that I really like it in the moment, and then later on, it really doesn't stick with me.
Fair.
So I think if I were to slap like a 4.5 or a 4 on something, or even a 5, I feel like it's not really, I don't know, doing the movie justice, or like the movies that I have watched in the past. Because I feel like that almost impulse as to where something being easily forgettable, not necessarily that's like a bad quality for a movie, but that's just something I'm kind of sitting with right now. I don't know if you or Charlie have kind of had something like that similar.
I actually am going to talk about something very similar today.
Okay.
Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Okay. Good.
Very interesting you brought that up.
Because it's so easy to just like find yourself for like, oh, I want to change the rating because I like the more I think about it, the more I like it. Or
yeah, but do I think it's good?
100%.
Like I like this, but is it good? Right? Like it's
and I think
hard distinction.
It's finding a mix. Like, what do you enjoy? And even if you don't think it's technically at its best, do you really enjoy it? What emotion do you get out of this movie? Are there thrills? Is there sadness?
We're here to
is there joy? Exactly. And I've seen a lot of stuff about the movies this week that I didn't see. For anyone's information, I was moving this week, so I unfortunately just had a lot going on. I was not able to get to him or Big Bold Beautiful Journey. But both of these movies, yes, not yet. Planning on trying to go in the next couple of days. But I think like both of these have just gotten really harsh reviews. And obviously I can't really talk to them because I haven't seen either of these movies. But I feel like it's just this one half star after another. And I was like, I don't know. To me, I feel like there's no way these movies can be that bad. I feel like there's got to be some. And I feel like him, I'm getting into this too deep. Point is really just trying to slow down my rating system a little bit. Because I feel like it's so easy to just like be like, 4-star and then move on instead of being like, man, I've gone 3 weeks since seeing this movie and I could not stop thinking about it. So just going to try and feel that out for it. Maybe give it a couple days. Not going to go like weeks at a time and be like, oh, I haven't given a rating yet, but I haven't given Licorice Pizza a rating yet. Still kind of thinking on that. But it is this relationship between this, not that she's an older woman, but like compared to the boy in the story, which is Cooper Hoffman. Again, beast. She is I think 10 years older than him. So it is kind of an interesting dynamic, but their dynamic works perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like they understand each other. They know what they want. And they kind of do this dance the entire movie. And I really, really like it. And I think there's a lot of really good, almost like coming of age stories for both of these characters, but really excited for what's to come this upcoming weekend with one battle after another. Still relatively new to the whole PTA of it all, but I like this very much. And then I watched Gen V and Peacemaker.
Nice, because we talked about that. I'm planning on doing a PTA week.
Yeah.
So this week I'm planning on catching up PTA. Licorice Pizza literally came in the mail today. So I'm hopefully going to watch that very, very soon. And then Punch Drunk Love, I hope to also catch Magnolia as the 3 that I'm going to definitely try to hit this week before one battle after another comes out next week, which I'm very excited to talk about next week. But yeah, and then did you do anything for Batman Day? Did you celebrate? Did you go outside and
yesterday?
Ask for Rachel. Where is she?
Well, actually, I brought my Batman popcorn bucket, and it's in the corner of my room. It's like right behind my bed, just so people know whose house this is.
Nice.
It's Batman's house, by the way.
It's Batman's. Yeah, actually, I in the mail just got the first big compendium of Absolute Batman from the last 7 issues, and then I pre-ordered the next one, which comes out in April, which will be the next grouping. Oh, Charles is here. Hello, Charles.
Hi guys.
How's the airport, man?
It's good. I'm really hungry, and I'm sitting right next to a donut shop.
Ooh.
Literally, if I walk 8 feet, I'm at a donut shop.
Well, here, Chuck, why don't you give us a quick out of 10 review of your time at Disney?
Dude, 10.
Nice. Nice.
Dude, it was sweet.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So here's the deal. My buddy works there, and he was like, hey, man, when you're in town, we'd love to take you to Disney. I can get up to 4 free tickets since I work there.
What?
And I honestly, I wasn't dying to go to Disney. So I was like, I'm not dying to go, but if you want to go, sure, we can go. And he hit me with a El Mayo, okay. And so then
Lamau.
I was like, all right, shoot, like we can go. So I took Henry, and the three of us went. It was one of my buddies from home, and it was sick. I don't think so. I don't think it would have been as good if Lucas, my buddy Luke. Oh, Jack, new spot. Looks good.
Thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. Keep going.
Keep going.
I don't think it would have been nearly as good if Lucas wasn't there, just because Henry and I were debriefing. We were like if we had gone, just the two of us, it would have been very expensive. We wouldn't have known how to approach it. We would have been overwhelmed because there's so much. You guys are both done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Lucas was a goddamn wizard out there. He knew every spot. He knew all the lore. So like
the lore.
He led us to every spot, and he knew when to like jump in lines. He's like, oh, that wait's really long. Let's go here, and then we can get food here, and then we can go back to the line and see if it's better. So, like, the efficiency was just like, nuts. We stopped for this dessert, and he's like, you gotta try this dessert. It was like in the Avengers area. He's like, we don't need like a full dessert. We can cut this in thirds, but like you gotta try this. And it was so good.
You simply gotta have it.
And he was like, you gotta check out this Fantasmic show at the end of the night. And there's no shot I would have gone to this Fantasmic show, but we went, and Henry and I like jaws on the ground. Like, holy smokes. So it was sweet. We were there until like midnight.
Nice, man.
That's
It
awesome.
was like a 10:30 to midnight type, 10:30 a.m. to midnight type thing. And I sent this photo to Hunter and our old roommates, Jack, but we did single riders on a few rides.
Nice.
And there was one ride where I sat down, and it was just me and these 5 Japanese like exchange students.
They were all dressed very nice.
Yeah. And I sit down, and they all look at me, and I'm like looking around at them, and then they all start cheering, like arms up, like yeah. So then I joined in. So then it's just the 6 of us, like before the ride has started, we're all just like yeah. And then throughout the ride, we're all just like laughing like super hard, and then at the end of the ride, they all shook my hand and gave me nuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
I saw them later, and they were all like, "See ya."
That's awesome.
I got a photo because you know how on amusement park rides, they like take your photo in the middle of it. So I already sent it to Hunter, but I'm gonna send it to you now, Jack. And it's pretty good. This is bad podcasting, but it's pretty good.
I'm so amped to see this photo. I'm a massive like. Oh, here we go.
It's an all-time photo, Charles.
It's
awesome.
I'm debating posting it on the Instagram as like the teaser for this week's episode.
That is awesome.
They're
all doesn't.
It was so fun.
What ride? Oh, it's Space Mountain.
Yeah, it was Space Mountain.
You look terrified.
So like Lucas, he rode first, then me, then Henry. Yep, there I am. So I got off, and then I stood next to Lucas, and as they all walked by me, they all gave me nuts. And Lucas is just like, what? But it was a very good time.
It's like, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, it was a very fun time.
I mean, this is kind of a diversion, but I feel like personally, I like the like Disney Adventure more than I like the Magic Kingdom side of it all. I just feel like it's so different, and it feels so small, and like each ride there is like the best ride ever.
Is that the Pixar side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Incredible Coaster.
Yes, that is like so awesome.
I like
Riding it at night.
Yeah, I like that one.
So good.
Yeah, I can send that photo too. We rode that. Henry wasn't a huge fan.
And I'm assuming you got all the photos and stuff because your boy he set you guys up.
Yeah. Dude, he knew everything. It was crazy. I mean, well, it makes sense. He goes there 5 days a week and works, but
yeah. See, I'm the guy where I get off the ride and I take the photos, and it looks super janky when I crop it.
Yeah. Well, they have codes that you just like punch into your app and you get them for free.
Oh, they do that now?
Yeah, they do.
It's been quite some time since I've been there. Heck yeah,
so
dude.
like my buddy's he's an industrial engineer and he's on the food and beverage team. So they work on like optimizing basically all the food and beverage areas to make them much more efficient to get or they call them guests, to get guests in and out as quickly as possible, just to like, make them satisfied. So we got lunch at this one place that was really good, but it was taking kind of a long time. And my buddy was like, God, this is our team. Like, this should not be happening. And Henry and I are like, all good, man. But it was cool to see like how passionate he was for the park. It's cool.
Great park.
Yeah. Very great park. It was a lot of fun. How are you guys?
Chilling.
Nice.
Happy to have you join.
Yeah. We were talking about Batman Day, and I was gonna lead into I was a little ill this week. On Wednesday. I had a sick day because I wasn't feeling the greatest. So I slept most of the day. I was gonna watch
get sick.
I get 48 hours. 40 hours once a year. That was my once a year. I made it all the way to September. I think that's pretty good.
All right. Very nice.
My first sick day of the whole year. And actually I didn't even take a sick day. I just moved my work day to today. So think about that.
Stud.
Exactly. But while I was in and out of what's the ketosis? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, whatever. It felt like, the in and out of your brain not really working because you're taking, Dayquil and NyQuil. I had a vision of 2027 of us chatting and the two Superman and Batman worlds merged together. And it was a beautiful moment that I had.
Haven't we had this vision a couple times already?
Yeah, but it was Batman Day, so now it's kind of rattling around my head. But yeah, I'm just pumped for Batman too, because they talked about it a little bit. They gave us a little tease that they're going to hear some stuff in the next couple months and weeks. So casting soon, villain announcement soon. I'm just excited. I'm like a little kid. All right, I'm like Charles at Disneyland. I'm just excited to be here.
That's a good feeling, man.
Yeah, it is a good feeling to have. So, but yeah, Batman Day happened, came and went, just like that.
Just like that.
Next up is news for just Charles. This feels like something that he is very excited about. Camp Rock 3. Yeah, you pumped? You pumped?
Does it have the original cast?
It does. The original cast is coming back. All the Jonas Brothers are back. And Demi Lovato is an executive producer.
Boy, Disney's really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
In TV shows, not theme parks.
Not theme parks. No, they're cooking in the theme parks.
I want to know how much the Jonas Brothers, what bag they're getting to return.
It's got to be a big one.
They're on tour now. I mean, I feel like they've had a pretty positive and successful revival of this band.
Whoa, you don't know about the Jonas Brothers Christmas special that's coming out this year?
Dude, Jack, you didn't know about that?
A Very Jonas Christmas coming out literally on Disney Plus. They're back in the mouse machine, baby. They're fully in.
I'm focused on the wrong thing. Sergeant Rock. I know what Sergeant Rock is, but I don't know what the Jonas Brothers are in a Christmas special.
Who's Sergeant Rock?
It's Kevin Jonas' spinoff.
I don't even know who that is.
No, it's the youngest brother who's just in Camp Rock too, who's taking photos.
Oh yeah, he is just in that one, really.
Yeah.
And he sings the song about not liking cheese. I remember this.
No, that's Nick.
Isn't that the youngest brother?
No, the youngest is like not one of
out of the three.
There are four.
There's a fourth Jonas brother?
Yeah.
You didn't know this?
Whoa. Fourth Jonas brother?
Dude, yeah.
It's a Frankie Jonas?
He's forgotten.
No, dude, you got to feel so bad they call themselves the Jonas Brothers and you're not a part of it. That's so mean.
And you're a brother.
Yeah, you're one of the Jonas Brothers and you're not a part of the Jonas Brothers.
It's like
Just
the Jackson
wasn't old
5.
enough.
And there's like some sixth Jackson somewhere, you know?
Yeah, there's a sixth. Actually, there was a sixth Jackson. Wasn't there?
Maybe
Wasn't that the sister? It was Janet Jackson, who became famous too.
Yeah, but she
Wasn't
did it
she
on her own.
Yeah, but they were the Jackson 5 and she wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
He needs to start his own thing. that he'll be just as good as the Jonas Brothers, Frankie and the everyone else.
The three of them had enough beef as it was when they wanted to go solo. So
true. I kind of forgot they went solo.
Probably didn't need a fourth.
Yeah. Are they still?
I'm sure.
Is he still married?
I'm sure he might just get like jealous sometimes, though.
Yeah, he's got to, right? Like when they're like, "Oh, we're the Jonas Brothers." He's got to be backstage, just like punching a wall. I'm part of the Jonas Brothers too.
It's like, hey, boy, get me a snack.
Yeah.
You think he gets royalties for having the last name Jonas and people using his name?
No shot. He's definitely the Leech brother. I feel they definitely just like didn't kick away. Like,
what if he's got like a super successful like?
What if he's the writer of all the songs? We just have no idea.
What he does?
The fourth Jonas. Okay, I
don't
got
want a lot of dirt on his name.
He's a singer, actor, and internet personality. We should have him on the show. I could just start DMing him every day. Come on the show.
I feel like after this conversation, that would be quite awkward.
Oh, actually, he has been co-hosting ABC's Claim to Fame with brother Kevin Jonas since the show started in 2021. Another
Kevin
show
Jonas was a carpenter.
That show joins the lexicon
Or a contractor
of shows no one's seen.
Speaking of Bosch,
I found a Bosch fan.
Horrendous discovery this week.
I've had yes. What was yours?
Oh no, I'm talking about yours.
Oh yeah, I have a horrendous Bosch discovery. Avery's mom has watched all of Bosch and every single one of the spinoffs. She loves Bosch.
That's a damn bummer.
That's a bummer.
It is a bummer. It's tough.
Why?
I don't know.
I hope the Bosch isn't passed down. Amongst
so far
members.
so good.
That would be tragic.
So far so good.
Yeah, it's genetic.
Yeah, the Harry Bosch.
God.
You can't escape.
Hopefully not.
Once you see him at the airport once, you'll never be able to unsee him.
He looks just like a young Bruce Willis.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, Claim to Fame is still going on. They have 3 seasons of Claim to Fame. Who watches this? There's no way.
People we don't know and probably never will meet.
Oh my God. It's 2 Americas. They talk about it. It's 2 Americas.
No, there's like 50.
Well, thank you for the all right, next news. We got to get away from them. The Jonas Brothers. Miami Vice. Joseph Kosinski's Miami Vice movie. He's going back to a franchise after F1, after Top Gun, Tron Legacy, and Oblivion. His I Want to Do Something movie is a Miami Vice movie set in 2027. I am pumped for this movie. It's coming out summer 2027 from Universal. After F1, I mean, the expectations got to be through the roof right now, I feel. Are we pumped?
I don't know anything about Miami Vice.
What?
I haven't seen the original.
The vibes in that show are immaculate.
No, I believe you. I just haven't seen it.
They just drive around to Phil Collins and solve crime.
That sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah. It is pretty sweet.
I think Kosinski's kind of nailed the vibes, at least in my book. I mean, Top Gun Maverick, F1, Tron Legacy.
It's I think he's done 3 vibe movies.
I mean, Spiderhead.
Yeah,
still kind of a vibe, though?
Dare
I say?
Still vibe. Still vibe.
I don't know. But I feel like this has potential, even though I haven't seen the original.
Can I give you who I'd like to have be cast in this movie?
Yes, I would love to hear that.
All right. Number 1. Damson Idris, who was in F1 as the driver of opposite Brad Pitt, and then Glenn Powell. Those 2.
Dude, you just want Glenn Powell on everything.
Charisma. But think about it. Think about the Glenn Powell that we got in Top Gun Maverick working with Kosinski. The star-turning moment for Mr. Powell. Now back as a full movie star. I mean,
I gotta say though, I think Glenn Powell, I think both of these actors together in these Joseph Kosinski movies have just been very cocky characters.
but I think
So I
that's
feel
Miami
like
Vice.
throwing them together. Okay, then if that's Miami Vice, then I'm all in.
Yeah, I want two dudes that are cocky, think they know everything, to be the greatest detectives of all time, just jamming in the car, going from place to place to Phil Collins. I want In the Air Tonight blasting as they're just going through the Miami streets, solving crimes.
We gotta get like a good score, good playlist going for this. I feel like they gotta have something really electric going, almost like club techno. I feel like Miami, or maybe
What
yeah,
was that movie? What was the
dude,
sequel
you
that came
gotta
out
write
earlier
it.
this year?
You gotta write the
I
score.
know. I'm gonna start emailing every day. Start letter
was
writing
the-
campaign.
What was the sequel that came out earlier this year?
There's a lot of sequels.
Like there's like 30.
With
Sorry.
Shoot.
Michael
Who
Mann made
voiced-
a Miami Vice movie in 2006 starring Colin Farrell and Jimmy Fox, by the way.
Shoot, what is it? Who's the main character? I can't.
So if you want to see
remember
that,
it for
it's
some.
good.
It was one of the first sequels that came out. It's about like drugs and and stopping crime.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna think of it.
The guy who voices
Den of Thieves.
Den of
Pantera.
Thieves.
Yes.
This sounds
Yeah.
like Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves. With Gerard Butler. That's right.
Yeah,
Den of
Gerard
Thieves 2
Butler.
Pantera, where they set up a sequel that we're never gonna get.
This sounds like Den of Thieves.
It's more Bad Boys than Den of Thieves.
I like
Bad Boys is good.
Yeah.
Yummy.
But I would recommend, if you want to get you dip a toe into the Miami Vice world, Miami Vice 2006 from Michael Mann. It's a good one. It's a good one. So would recommend. Next up,
What was that jing?
That was nice.
my phone ringing.
Ooh,
Let me turn my silence on. Hang on.
tickled my brain.
Daredevil season 3 officially happening. Daredevil Born Again was renewed for season 3. I keep winning. I stay winning. I keep winning. You can't stop me.
What if we have a crossover episode with Daredevil and Harry Bosch?
I mean, there would just be two different worlds coming together. The subreddits would go off the charts.
The subreddits would just explode.
Yeah. I mean, they would just be talking all day.
Okay, I have a question for Daredevil season 3.
Sure.
Do we ever feel like he has the potential for a feature film? Or
To
should
be
we
a
just stick
part
to
of it?
television? Yeah.
I would say that he has a very much a TV potential. I think TV is where Daredevil belongs.
Okay. I don't know. I
Why?
just obviously like season 3. I think that's awesome. Yeah. Tell us why.
I think that Daredevil as a story is much better when it's over a longer period of time. Like, you can go from court case to court case. Like, you can delve into how they change over a season. I think you could do a movie, but I think it'd be such a smaller scale story. It would just be like 3 episodes pushed together versus it felt like
Sure.
a film. That's, I think, the issue too. We see a lot with these like characters that were in shows that are now in movies. It just feels like 3 episodes strung together versus a true movie. I think if you did them as a team up, then for sure. Like if you were like Daredevil Punisher movie, okay.
Yeah.
But then also you'd be like, well, we just got Daredevil Punisher episode and it already happened. So like you'd have to really go outside the box to make it work. As a supporting character, yes. I think as a guy by himself, it's a little harder to sell.
Sure. Do you think he'll make an appearance in some of these?
I think in Spider-Man, probably.
Okay. I would expect him to as well.
I would be a
It
little
just feels
disappointed.
weird. Even if it's for like 5 seconds. You can't just build up this character again and not throw him in this movie.
I think for sure he's got to show up also in one of the next Avengers. It just doesn't make sense if he doesn't in some capacity, whether it be large or small, or whether it be a different multiverse one, right? Like maybe in Secret Wars, they go to a world that's a great example is the one where it's like the 1600s. That's like a whole thing in the comics. Have one of the people be Daredevil, right? Charlie Cox is there as old timey Daredevil. Move on, right? It doesn't have to be that one. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be cool.
Right. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. Next up is What Happened at Night. The new Martin Scorsese movie is starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. Are we pumped?
I am amped.
Oh.
I'm so sorry for whoever's ears just got absolutely just railed by that yelp. So I apologize.
Hey, it's okay.
It's okay. I saw this news. I had two reactions. First reaction, I think probably about 2 years ago, we got news that Scorsese was working on a Frank Sinatra biopic starring Leo.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Alongside. And I was so amped for that movie. I was really excited because I was like, Sinatra is this iconic music, just, I don't even know how to, just one of the most popular artists of all, icon of all time. Had to be a complicated person. Had to be. I mean, I feel like it's someone that big, like it just had to be such an interesting life. And I feel like you could spin a movie however way you want it. And Scorsese leading that, I was so pumped. So I was really sad when I heard that didn't happen. But then I was like, you know what? We're still getting a movie with both of these actors. I think Jennifer Lawrence is like one of the best actresses working right now. I don't think she's in enough for how good she is.
Agreed.
I'm really excited.
I didn't know about the Frank Sinatra biopic. That makes a lot of sense though, because Frank, like in his early years, was kind of a scrapper. And I think he like was maybe involved in like gangs, which like very much seems like a Scorsese vibe.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He was supposed to Leo was supposed to star in an Evel Knievel biopic for Damien Chazelle, which I think is kind of being just pushed away. Because Damien Chazelle also has the upcoming one with Cillian Murphy, so we'll see how that goes. I need more Chazelle in my life also. I
agree. Underutilized director. I mean, he got director jail for a movie that is very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we slandering Babylon right now?
We don't.
Is that what's happening on this podcast of all podcasts?
We accept all opinions except for that.
That's what you should put first thing in the background. Is just in this house we don't slander Damien Chazelle. That's the first thing on the wall.
I don't like that.
Live, laugh, Chazelle. First thing on the wall right there.
Look, I like if we're getting like La La Land or Whiplash Chazelle, I'm in. If we're getting Babylon Chazelle, I'm out.
Look,
you don't know where too far is until you go too far.
I know what too far is now.
So does he.
He went too far. Some directors too far is like the worst movie you've ever seen in your entire life. This is art.
Mm-hmm.
Megalopolis vibes.
Yeah, Megalopolis is a fantastic example. I mean, I feel like that's just a movie where directors I'm gonna do as much as I can. Every single thought that's going in my head, let's just do it. Like the scene that continues to stick with me is the scene where Aubrey Plaza gets killed with the bow and arrow. It's one of the best
scenes I've ever seen. It's so good.
I forget it. I forget that scene.
Like that movie is so bad. But that part is so funny and it's so good that like I'll even see my friend that I saw it with and I'll just be like, "Oh, do you like my?" And then it's just like the bow and arrow, and he's just
so good,
iconic.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I just feel like some directors they go over the top. And Babylon was just the score was great. You have great the actors literally just working their ass off the entire time. Sorry, I'm not here to defend Babylon. It's just like,
hey, you can be though.
I feel like we could defend Babylon for the entirety of this episode.
Yeah, I might have to rewatch that soon.
But they're sorry for this upcoming movie. They are set to start, I think, early 2026.
Nice. So that's like soon.
I think I saw that they're shooting like early 2026. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure.
That's like very soon.
Let me see.
Did we already talk football?
Yeah,
We did
scheduled
talk
to begin
football,
January
yeah.
2026.
Football.
That's
Colts are
awesome.
very good. Indiana football is very good. Very worried for the Lions tomorrow.
Okay.
But here's what I'm even more worried about, which is a great segue. Netflix is reportedly planning to place a bid to buy Warner Brothers. Old meme alert, this could ruin the tour. Yes, this would be awful. If Netflix if Netflix
wants
buys
to buy
Warner Brothers, it's over, chat. Chat, it's over.
How can
Pack
they
it.
afford it?
Dude, Netflix has so much money.
They have all the money.
They
They're
have
like
all of
Red
it.
Notice. Red Notice, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Red Notice.
Red Notice.
Yeah, Red Notice. How
Me
about
personally, I prefer
Red
Red
Bull?
One.
Russo Brothers, you'd like $400 million to make a weird movie? Here you go. Here you go. Just throw it at them. Just throw it at them. This would be awful. This would be very, very bad. This could be atrocious. If Warner Brothers does this, which they might, I think this could be the end of theaters, to be honest. I would not be shocked if we had small theatrical windows, if things just come to a grinding halt. And somehow I feel like the Snyder Brothers are going to win. They're gonna revive the Snyderverse on Netflix or something.
So I just kind of want to take you guys through some of the Warner Brothers movies that we've gotten over the past, I don't know, year. We got Furiosa, got Twisters, the iconic Beetlejuice, Joker, Folie à Deux, Juror Number 2, Mickey 17, the Minecraft movie, Sinners, and then upcoming this week, One Battle After Another. I don't know.
Conjuring, Devil Made Me Do It, the highest grossing in the Conjuring franchise.
Oh, they did? Okay.
That was them. Actually, Warner Bros. Had like a great year theatrically, which is
Yeah,
which
they've
is
had
awesome.
great. I think like they have like at least a couple in the top 5. Or I know they at least have Minecraft, but there was
Superman.
a week where we were just winning.
I mean, Superman was this year. F1 they co-did this year. So like that's part of what they had.
They've just been putting out some of the best stuff, and I feel like I'm a little worried to see what change looks like, especially when they've been on such a heater.
Yeah, it's a little scary. So yeah, obviously we'll keep everyone updated because we have a lot to say in the matter anyway. And the last piece of news is the best piece of news of possibly ever, folks. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to get things started on the Muppet Show tonight. We're back, baby. The Muppet Show is back. I feel like this podcast somehow, some way, we contributed to this. And I want to thank everyone for listening because together we did this. This was us. This was the 3 of us and everyone at home listening on their commute in their Kia Soul. We did it, baby. Kermit and gang are back. Don't act too excited, guys. Let it sink in.
I don't. What does this entail, Hunter?
Well, let me tell you. I'm glad you asked. Seth Rogen is kind of behind this whole thing. It's going to be a special next year, co-starring and produced by Sabrina Carpenter. So it's going to be like a longer version episode of the old Muppet Show with Sabrina Carpenter as like the guest. That's what they always used to do. And then if this goes well, it's going to be like a backdoor pilot into having a brand new full season of the Muppet Show. So kind of if this does well, the Muppet Show is officially back. If not, it was a fun one-time special, and Kermit and the gang are going to get packed into boxes and put into a storage facility somewhere, never to be seen again. And I will have to break into that facility to free them one day.
What are you going to do if it doesn't go well and they don't renew a season?
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I haven't even let it cross my mind.
No, but what
Sabrina Carpenter and the Muppets, dude, this is going to...
This feels like a perfect...
Rip.
I mean, Seth Rogen off of his Emmy, just getting all the Emmys. What's the first piece of news after that? The Muppet Show, baby. Sabrina Carpenter. Hottest thing in the world right now. Boom. Muppet Show.
The Muppets, the dustiest thing in the world right now.
No, the coolest thing in the world right now.
They're dusty. They haven't been used in a while. They need to shake the dust off. They're on their way back.
They're on their way back.
I was more excited for you when I saw this than I was for myself.
Thank you.
Not to say that this looks boring, because it looks fun. And I watched the Sabrina Carpenter special last year without any Muppets. So you know what? The Muppets are in it. I'm gonna watch it.
I'll watch her with or without Muppets, so I'm in.
Hey, no judgment, no judgment.
I think that you guys will be very pleasantly surprised when this comes out, and it's quite
I'm
good.
gonna enjoy it.
I don't think Seth Rogen has missed in quite a long time, which makes me very confident.
Gen V, and obviously the studio.
Should I take you through his last producing credits?
The Boys in there as well.
The Boys, TMNT, Mutant Mayhem. He revived that franchise, and now it's going strong again. Invincible is him. The Boys is him. The studio obviously is him. Gen V is him. Platonic, I've heard, is pretty good on Apple TV. That was him. The Pam and Tommy miniseries that was pretty good as well. That was him.
I like that.
Good Boys, Long Shot, which was actually a pretty good movie that people did not give enough credit, was him. His recent writing credits include the studio, Gen V, TMNT, The Boys, Preacher, which I haven't seen, but apparently was decent enough to get 3 seasons. And yeah, I'm very confident in Mr. Seth Rogen's ability here to take on the
if I could invest money that this will be a successful event, I would invest all the money.
Yeah, I'm in on it. I'm in on it.
Invest it.
Yeah.
All right, Charles, you have to roll.
I got to roll.
All right, give us some last thoughts. Are you pro or anti-pro The Muppet Show?
Now, here's the thing. If you'd asked me 2 days ago, I'd probably be like very indifferent or out. Probably closer to out. But after seeing the magic that occurs in Disneyland and all the entertainment and how just the storytelling elements of some of these just like nostalgic things, I might give it a shot. I'm not out.
Yes. This is literally the plot of the 2011 Muppet movie of just like the Muppets trying to convince people to actually watch them again, and it's just I'm the Muppets now convincing everyone else to watch them and actually like them. I'm like, please watch the telethon, bring them back. But yeah,
So
heck
we'll
yeah.
see.
All right. Well, Charles, thank you for joining us in the airport.
No
Go get a donut before you have to board.
Safe flight, Charles.
You earned it, man. You earned it.
Maybe. All right.
Yeah, you earned it. Don't let anyone tell you different.
I'm just kind of old.
It's fine.
Old to get a donut?
No, they look a little old. It's okay. I'll
The
get
donuts.
I'll get some kind of sweet treat.
Yeah, I misinterpreted that.
All right.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
All right, see you.
Peace.
All right. So now that he's gone, we're out of news. We got some trailers to get into. I've arranged these in what looks the worst to what maybe looks the best. I'm a little torn in the middle too. The first one is Now You See Me 3, or Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Man, I'm really just thinking this is going to be a stinker. I'm really thinking this is going to be really not good, but also I'm kind of pumped for it. So I'm torn. Are you okay, Jack?
See, I don't know what to think. No. Did you hear that?
What was that?
Oh, did you?
No.
That sound? Oh, it was my ice. It was my ice maker.
Yo, you got an ice maker in there? What kind of ice?
Yeah.
Making some pebble ice?
You know that ice that's kind of like round, like that, like it's like that.
Like the Chick-fil-A ice?
Yes, I think not like nugget ice.
Okay, all right. Sure.
Unrelated. I just I completely forgot what that sound was, and I was like, "Is someone like ripping through my wall right now?" That wasn't happening.
They're breaking in. Someone's breaking in night 1.
They saw my DVDs. They have to have them.
Yeah. I saw this man load Blu-rays into his apartment. Time to break in.
Yeah.
I simply must have it.
No, I don't know. I don't really know what to think about this. I'm super happy that Dominic Sessa is getting
work. It's part of the Sessa hive. We're pumped.
in completely like the wrong thing that I would like to see him in.
Got
But
a Morgan
again,
Freeman cameo.
yeah, happy to see that they're getting work. And all I want from this movie is to leave the theater and say, you know what, I feel like the way I was when I was a kid when I saw these movies in theaters. That's all I want.
That's all you
I
want.
just want to feel like there was some level of amazement, and I was like, wow, this really felt magical,
Fair enough.
And I think watching the first two in theaters, they were always just so like grand
Yeah.
in the most like perfect way possible for like a movie that is accessible for kids.
I'm with you.
At least that was my opinion. But
I
the
feel
more
like
see that,
these have been
I'm just
like
stop showing it to me.
I always felt like these were like kiddo's first PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
I felt like that was these. Also, it felt like this is your grandma's favorite action movie franchise. Yeah, like this is like the olds in your life love Now You See Me. Also they're just real, like they just have actual magic powers. Like they're not magicians anymore. They're actual magic. So we'll see how that goes. I wonder if Mark Ruffalo is going to show up in this. Because wasn't he like actually the head of the secret
I think the first one, wasn't he?
Also, is Lizzie Kaplan in this? I liked her in 2. I thought she was good in 2.
I have no. I mean, I have no idea who's in the cast for this.
I always thought
movie.
she'd be a bigger star. Maybe one day. I always liked Lizzie Kaplan. Oh well.
I'm totally blanking, and I sincerely
She like
apologize.
replaces Isla Fisher.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's like
yeah.
She like just replaces her. I really always thought she'd be like a bigger star than she was.
Ah, Mean Girls.
Yeah, like in the mid 2010s, she was like the girlfriend or like the love interest in a couple comedies, and I thought that would kind of
Interview.
And the night before was one of my favorite Christmas movies ever, and she's like the main love interest, and I kind of thought that would be like her star turn, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't. That's okay. They can't all be winners.
I'm interested to see because like Isla Fisher wasn't in the
2.
second one.
She's back in 3.
Yeah, I'm really interested how they tie that together.
Yeah, did they even mention it? What's the lore of this universe look like?
Yeah, will Daniel Radcliffe show up and once again become a magical wizard?
Yeah, you're a wizard, Daniel Radcliffe. Next up was The Housemaid. I've seen this trailer twice now. I don't know. This looks really not good, but might be just the definition of slop. Like just this is the slop movie coming out. Someone's girlfriend is going to drag them to this when Avatar's in theaters, and it's going to be a brutal day for that guy.
It's like all the boys going to see Avatar 3, and then there's some dude with his girlfriend like, please take me with you.
Take me to Pandora. No. No. Yeah, this just feels like what's going to happen.
I don't know though. I feel like girls
this
are
is a big book,
this.
I guess.
And I've never read the book.
No, we don't read here on this podcast. We've never claimed to read.
Charles does.
I think he skims.
I'm excited to see Amanda, what she does here. That's something that is an interest to me.
Yeah.
I very much like her as an actress, and I think this is different. Whether that's a good different or a bad different, I think I might just have to watch this movie and find out. Once again, Sydney Sweeney is getting work. So the discourse on this, I'm sure, is going to be very tame. And
yeah, I'm sure that we'll all have very normal conversations about this movie. I'm sure that it will be very normal and very cool.
I don't know. I was honestly surprised by this. When I was looking into when I first started the trailer, I was like, okay, this probably isn't for me. But I was like, you know what? Trailer, it just kind of pulled me in. They kind of made it interesting enough where I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. To the point of, you know what? Maybe I'm in.
Yeah.
But to say I'm seeing an opening weekend when you have Avatar and IMAX, you got to be joking.
You got to be joking. I'm joking.
So maybe I'll get to it, but I think I'm a little bit higher on that than one of the other trailers that
This
is
actually
here.
releases the same day as Avatar and the SpongeBob movie. So like
It's a lot
and
to
it's
compete with.
also the week before Marty Supreme and the next trailer we're going to talk about. So this feels like one that should have waited till like the third week in January. This feels like a third
My
week in
Anaconda
January.
don't.
I feel like this is a third week in January movie.
We're talking about Anaconda.
Oh yeah,
right?
we're talking Anaconda. Anaconda, starring Paul Rudd and Jack Black and the Steve Zahn man. Hello,
Yes.
let's go, Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn employed like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, Steve
Let's
Zahn
go.
deserves all of the employment. I like the concept of this. It just didn't. It doesn't look very good. Hey, doesn't look very good.
I'm with you. I think they're like, all right, guys, let's try and make Tropic Thunder again.
Yeah, we got Jumanji at home, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jack Black escaping a forest or like a wooded area of some sort. Level impossible. This guy just loves hanging out in nature.
This guy is everywhere.
Minecraft, Jumanji, now Anaconda. Someone take this guy to a city or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the kind of idea they were going with this.
Take him to the overworld.
Well, it probably will in what, 2?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. But I like where this was headed. Where it was like, oh, like let's make our own movie, and then it just got so absurdly goofy.
Yeah,
and it showed so much of the movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of this movie. Like I understood the twist was going to happen, that there's going to be a real snake out there.
Yeah,
it just showed me a lot, but maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
This coming on the same day as Avatar is crazy. Or the week before, the week after.
The power of A-list.
The power of A-list allows me to see all of this.
And I really don't have expectations for this movie at all.
Nope. Going in bottom of the barrel.
Steve Zahn, when they're like, we are willing to give you a loan of $9,000. And Steve Zahn is like, we'll take it.
Nice.
I was like, oh, Steve, you killed that, man. Let's go.
This is what Zahn's here for, dude. This is what he's here
Bad
for.
Ape.
Yeah.
Bad Ape.
Dude, he's so good as Bad Ape. He's so good as Bad Ape.
Oh, I know. I want him in every movie.
Yeah.
Maybe we just like crop him into every movie, like they did with like Paddington.
There's that Paddington account.
Yeah, just like edit the Steve Zahn monkey
everything
into every movie. Yeah,
I could just start putting Steve Zahn in everything I can do.
Maybe I'll work on that. Yeah,
I'll work on that. I'm gonna get in the lab.
Probably not in the Anaconda movie because
this just doesn't look that good. Doesn't look good, Chief.
Yeah, but I'm sure Jack Black fanatics will have a blast.
Yeah, the black heads out there will be. Oh, I have a couple of those in my nose. I gotta get. But yeah, no, not that great. But we'll still watch it. We'll eat the slop. And then the last one looks awesome, and that's The Chair Company on HBO. This is Tim Robinson's new show where after an embarrassing accident at work, William Ronald Topher finds himself investigating a far-reaching conspiracy, which is just like the perfect setup for a Tim Robinson show. Of like, he gets embarrassed at work, so actually it's not his fault. It's a conspiracy theory at work designed to get him, and then there turns out to be a conspiracy theory. Just feels awesome. So I'm very excited for this. This first episode is October 12th, which is actually pretty soon.
This is literally just friendship in another world. Where he has a different job. It's just Tim Robinson. It's just Tim Robinson. Yeah, I can't say I'm pumped out of my shorts for this one.
Oh, I am.
But I know all the Robinson heads out there gotta be up.
Guilty.
So when I first started watching this, I thought it was a movie, and then you got to the end, and it's like, it's a series. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to tune in for this one.
Whoa. Okay, I'll let you be blasphemous like that, but only this once.
Maybe I just need to see a tad bit more.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the problem.
Because like I liked Friendship. I just think if that were to go on for like 8 hours or 7 hours,
That's
I think there's
fair.
only so much we can take
Hey, that's fair.
in the most complimentary way possible. Because I think Tim Robinson, his style of comedy is so specific. It's not just like the
Agreed.
slapstick humor. It's very awkward in the
Yeah,
most
it's
complimentary way
awkward comedy.
possible.
It's awkward comedy. That's what he does.
But I think I need to take it in small doses. So maybe this is perfect. Maybe this is, hey, tune in for 30 minutes. I can't see this being any longer than 30 minutes each episode.
It's just like 3-hour episodes,
No.
12 3-hour episodes.
And there's just like an entire hour of him staring at you through the TV. He's just like,
just breathing. I'm very trusting of Tim Robinson. I think he's got enough goodwill in my book to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I think it's just a personal taste. I think that's kind of what it comes down to.
Fair enough.
No hate against Tim Robinson whatsoever.
Hey, you don't have to defend yourself, man. I get it. I get it.
Good.
All right, let's get into some reviews. I think probably first I'll just do Big Bold Beautiful Journey, since obviously that's the one that I watched on my lonesome. So a Big Bold Beautiful Journey, going to full spoilers. It's kind of hard to talk about this without going into spoilers. Sarah and David are single strangers who meet through mutual friends at a wedding and soon find themselves in a surprising twist of fate. They find themselves in a funny, fantastical, sweeping adventure together where they get to relive important moments from their respective pasts, illuminating how they got to where they are in their present and possibly getting to alter their futures. Starring Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie, and also Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in here, which was like, whoa. Did the old Leo pointing meme. Directed by Kanagda, who did After Yang and some Wes Anderson documentaries as well. I think that's kind of the big thing was After Yang, though, that a lot of people know. I liked this. This goes back to what you said in the beginning of kind of a torn review of I like it more than I probably rated it as. I rated it as a 3-star. I liked it a lot more than that, but I just don't think it's very good. I think it has a lot right. I think the story is interesting. I think that the performances are pretty great. I think what hurts this movie is that these people don't feel human. It feels like a film. It feels like that they're just not real. Like they don't. I'm not saying they have to react. There's the sense of disbelief, right? I think it's entirely fair to skip that. These two kind of accept the journey they're on, and that's fine. I do think, though, that there's like a real element to just a conversation and falling in love. And there's moments of it. The moment with David in his school, I think, is just very real and emotional and raw. And I think everything with Sarah and her mom is great. But the interactions between them, I think, are still just, it feels like a stage play. And it doesn't make me fall in love with their story as much as I wish I could. Because I do think they're both giving pretty decent performances here. And I think it's pretty good overall. I think that the idea is pretty decent. I think that this is one of those where it's just a little too much. One of the most shocking pieces of product placement I've seen in years, maybe. I thought that was pretty hilarious with the Burger King of it all. But overall, this feels like one that I think is going to age well. I think we'll look back on A Big Bold Beautiful Journey in a couple of years and say, you know what, that was better than people said it was. It's one of those where maybe in a decade from now, it's like, wow, you know what, A Big Bold Beautiful Journey is actually pretty good and decent. As more people kind of jump onto the bandwagon. I don't think it's incredible. I don't think it's revolutionary. I just think it's pretty solid, with more potential than it has. And I do think the concept is very interesting, with the doors and everything. It's like Monsters Inc., but for depressed millennials, and I liked that. So overall, I think it's pretty solid. I just wish that it was better, and I think that's the most frustrating part. Is it had the potential to be better, but I do think that you should see it. It's kind of one of those things of I do think that you should see it. But it's one of those where you'll walk out and be like, wow, I think if you just spent a little bit more time in the oven with the script between them in the car, you could have got something really special here. But unfortunately not. All right. That's my review. Let's see if Jack is looking at me. Here he is. He's looking at me now. Bringing him back. Welcome back, Jack.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you for allowing me to have you. So yeah, overall, Big Beautiful Journey. I'm excited for you to see it. I think that you will have some interesting stuff to talk about when you do see it. And then for the year, it is number 14 on the year for me, just behind the Materialists, and just above Freaky Friday and Friendship, and also above Weapons, which is interesting because I actually rated Freaky Friday and Friendship higher, but I liked Big Bold Beautiful Journey better than those two. So
I feel that.
So some good stuff there overall.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
really excited to see this.
Yeah, it's one of the more like just stunning movies to look at in the last couple of years too, which I appreciated. All right, let's do Gen V first, since that's the newer one that we're jumping back into. 3 episodes start. Let me get the synopsis here real quick. Season 2 kicks off with a new semester begins. Emma and Jordan are returning to God U. We get to meet the new folks, and the main one is Dean Cypher. We also get Marie joining the campus once again, and then her and Jordan and Kate makes her return as well. How do you think this season started?
It was kind of rocky for me. I think the first
I would
episode
agree.
was a little rocky. I think there was a lot of things that happened that we didn't know about, and there was just a lot of exposition. They had to say, all right, what's going on? This person's doing this. What's kind of going on in this universe, because last thing we know, or last thing we saw from, these characters was that, Frenchie was being taken away, that, our beloved The Boys was getting kind of disbanded by some of the members from the Gen V show.
Yeah.
I think Rocky, and it was, for me personally, it was just it's a linear, just straight up from episode to episode. I thought from one was significantly better than 1, and 3 was significantly better than 2. And I think they've given me the reason to care. They've got me a reason to really stay invested in this show, which I guess we'll talk about later. But I think there's some really good acting. I think in what is it, 3rd episode, where Marie is having that conversation with like her aunt. Really, really good there. I think there's like some emotional beats that are really good here too. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I literally watched all these almost like back to back to back. I think certainly Chance not being in the show is just such a massive hit. And I think it takes time to adjust. For someone who is as big as he was in this show and how good he was, I think having to just like be like, all right, almost like brush over, oh man, he died, obviously in the show, and the characters having to deal with that. I think initially it's like, it's just kind of hard to do that. I feel like in any show.
Yes, I would agree.
It's hard to do, but I think what they do such a good job of over the course of these 3 episodes is they don't just let it happen in the first episode or the second episode and be like, all right, we're kind of done talking about it. But they continually bring it up and say, this is how it's affecting the characters in this situation right now. And they use that as almost an opportunity for character growth or character development. And I even like the fact that they have his dad pulled into the show and he's playing a much bigger role. I really liked what I saw from the 3 episodes. It's got me enough to say like, all right, I'm tuning in every week. Weekly releases are just elite. But I think 3 episodes was the right choice, because I think if I just were to watch the first episode, I would have been slightly disappointed.
Yeah, I'm with you. I felt like this was a pretty rocky start. I think I'm less on it even through 3. It just felt like we got about 2 episodes worth of stuff in the 3 episodes. I think they really could have streamlined it a little bit more. I'm not in love with the whole like Kate, her like injury, not injury thing. I think having like the resistance group that Emma's kind of being a part of is not the most interesting thing in the world because it kind of separates our main characters. Um, I really think that it feels a little spread out right now, which is not helping kind of answer some questions of that, at least that I've had in the interim since obviously last season. But I think we'll get there when we get there is kind of my thought process on it. And I'm trusting the process with it. It does feel like next week's episode with the teaser of Marie versus Jordan will be pretty interesting, but we'll have to see it when we actually get there.
Okay. Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm more. I trust the boys enough to be like, all right, I think this will the ship will right itself.
yeah.
It's more so that I'm just still worried overall what it's going to look like.
Okay.
But hey,
for me, at least for me personally, seeing like these 3 episodes, I think I was more excited for it than I've almost been for the entirety of Peacemaker.
Interesting. I felt very much the opposite of that.
Okay. Because I feel like in Peacemaker, I mean, even diving into that, which I guess we'll get into in a little bit, but I don't know. I think I just really like this world of the boys, and I think I like that they have like all gas, no brakes kind of mentality when it's like, oh, what can we do in the superhero world, and like what extra almost like lore can we build up, and like the fact that like the parties and stuff aren't used to like their potential, but I think I still enjoy kind of seeing that stuff, and the Deep showing up for the fraternity little bit that happened in episode 3, I thought was really funny. I don't know. Maybe I just like these characters a little bit more. I agree that I think I'd like to see them work together.
I've never felt as though, and maybe this was, I don't know. It never felt as though it's been a cohesive story from the boys to Gen V. It's felt like it's almost like 2 different worlds at 2 different times. Because I think the thing that they did well in the back half of season 1 of Gen V was they brought in like the news anchors, they brought in all that stuff. And I think that's a very interesting aspect of the boys of like having their parody of CNN and Fox News right now. It'd be interesting to talk about, you have a dean at the superpowered school who's basically saying that we're being attacked constantly just because we're superpowered. Like that feels like the perfect time to be like, all right, let's cut to the same guy we've seen for 3 seasons on the boys and last season on Gen V, who's been the pro superhero guy. And then we'll cut to the other side. And it's just like, we're getting that in kind of the outskirts and a little bit, but it doesn't feel like the tone is there, and it doesn't feel like the boys in Gen V won. And I think it's because they're just like exposition. They're trying to throw it all at you within 3 episodes to be like, all right, here's the setup for the whole season. Like, let's roll. Whereas Peacemaker, which is interesting because it's in a similar boat actually of exposition. I think by doing it slower over time has worked better for Peacemaker than Gen V that just goes shotgun approach. We're going to send it all at you a million miles an hour. You'll figure it out. And then episode 4, like then we're off and running, versus Peacemaker being like, we'll drip feed it to you for the first 5. And then by 6, 7, 8, 9, like now we're in the flow. And so it's kind of 2 different ways to go about it, which is pretty interesting. And I don't know, one is that right or wrong. It's just kind of the one that I would, thinking about.
No, I get it. I think I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, and I think it is interesting because like I watch like watching these 2 different superhero shows, almost like I've only been watching Peacemaker. That's really the major source of superhero television I've been watching recently.
Yeah.
And then going into Gen V, which is so different. I think almost watching them right next to each other allowed me to say, okay, what do I like here? And I think personally, the first episode, it was a ton of exposition.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I think 2 and 3 was still able to not do nearly as much exposition dumping.
Fair.
But still allowed me to enjoy the whole world of the boys in a way that I feel like Peacemaker, I just feel like it's just I don't know. I think we do you just want to hop into Peacemaker?
Yeah, let's do Peacemaker.
Right now? Okay.
Here, let me read the synopsis here of Peacemaker. So season, what is this, episode 5 already? Wow, we're kind of flying.
Yeah.
So Red is trying to find Eagly's location while Flag confronts Peacemaker as Peacemaker makes a life-changing choice. Adebayo and Vigilante try to unite the 11th Street kids. I thought this was maybe the best episode of the season so far. Is that a crazy take?
Interesting.
I really did like this episode quite a bit.
Okay.
I thought this really felt like a step up to me of kind of where we need to be going, and it felt like the right direction. It obviously felt like setup, 1,000%. Felt like we're setting stuff up. But having said that, this felt like the right kind of setup for what is to come. And I feel like we got character development along the way too. Like we got some good stuff for Harcourt. We got some good stuff for Rick Flag. Like we got some stuff for Economos. We got some stuff for Adebayo. We finally got stuff for Vigilante. Like it and Peacemaker obviously made the choice at the end, which tells us a lot about his character. Like overall, I really felt like this was a big step forward for this show.
Okay. Fair enough. I think there was. I did like seeing Rick Flag more. I think the more Rick Flag we get, I think the more I'll like it.
Fair.
But maybe not necessarily the case. For me personally, I think this is one of the worst episodes of the show. But I just think this show's kind of losing me. I just think it's kind of
really
where I'm not that I don't care anymore. I remember season 1 and I was just I 1000% would recommend it to a friend.
I think this definitely feels like you got to be a fan.
Yeah, and I like it. I do like it, and I love John Cena in this role. I just something's not clicking for me personally. I think the storylines.
I wonder if the next few are going to click into place for you.
I know, and I'm really hoping. I know he said this that like the final 3 episodes, are really good, and maybe I need to rewatch the first season because maybe it's just a thing where I'm looking back on it. It's just something I hold in high regard, and I rewatch it and say, you know what, maybe it wasn't everything that I loved and everything that I thought it was. I really hope that's not the case. Not that I dislike this show by any means. I mean, Vigilante just bawling his eyes out at the end of this episode. I was like, oh, come on. It's like that's his guy, and this guy just left. I don't know. I liked it, and I think there's a lot of bits and moments that I like here and there. I think the whole Eagly thing, like, yeah, it was cool, but I think that storyline was like just completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm with you as well. Like Eagly doesn't need powers. I don't really care about that. It felt like the train we were on that was chugging away has finally pulled out of the station. Like it's like we were waiting for the trip to start. It's like sitting on a plane and you're like I've been here for 40 minutes. Why have we not taken off yet? Finally feels like we made it to the tarmac and we hit full blast. Like we're going.
And I gotta say, I think the endings of these always find a way to make me interested to watch the next one.
Yeah.
But when I look back almost on the experience of the first 30 or first 25 minutes of these episodes, I just don't find myself feeling all too much for these characters.
See, that's how I felt about Gen V, which is very interesting. We've had the opposite reactions.
Okay. But I like it. It's not like I hate this show. And obviously I feel like I'm being a bit nitpicky because it is fun to watch these. And
yeah, and I think too, the funniest thing about the show is it's basically just like James Gunn being like, my wife's pretty attractive, don't you think? Like that's all the show is.
Yeah.
It's like, my wife's pretty freaking cool. I do think the teaser for next week is interesting. And the thing I keep going back to is James Gunn being like, the last 3 episodes of Peacemaker is the best thing I've ever written. It's the best thing I've ever written. It's just like,
I trust him.
It's like, he's got enough good graces with me where it's like, okay, I trust the process. Like I'm a part of it. And maybe we'll look back and be like, man, this is such a good bingeable season, right? Like this is a season where it's like if you binge it, you're like, this was great. Week to week, not as interesting. Binging it fully in. It's just
And
I don't know.
I think for me, it's like John Cena, like, Peacemaker in this role. He's just hardcore doesn't love me in this universe. Like, obviously he's not getting the jobs he wants, but he's been so down on himself this entire time. And to be honest, I don't know why he didn't go back earlier.
Yeah, I think that's
from his character. Not to say that like, oh, that's the decision I would have made, but like, I don't understand why his character just didn't go back almost immediately.
Yeah,
because it took him so long to go back. It's like he was like, all right, I'm gonna go meet the hardcore, and I get it. He's like he wants to see if that meant anything, but I don't know. I just feel like the past episode, I understand it was needed for him and hardcore to kind of deal out their stuff, but it just felt like a stretch to me. And I'm just like, I'm ready to just get in the meat of it. And if this is, if this next episode does that, I think I can very much be back on the train. But if I think it kind of continues doing what they've done almost every episode this season, I would be severely disappointed.
Yeah. This is where I'm trusting the process. Like the fact that he wouldn't even let his publicist see the last 3 episodes because like of just in case spoilers or anything really makes me feel like I gotta trust what's going on. I really gotta put the faith in the gun. The gun is loaded. Let's see how he does.
I know.
Trust.
I want to see this show succeed. By no means do I want, the next 3 episodes not to be good. Like I just want to feel the same passion that I felt for these characters. And again, I feel like Vigilante, which I think we got a little clip of him suiting back up. So
he's suited up next week.
I think that's much needed energy that can bring life to this show for me. Let's just not have Eagly doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the nicest way possible.
No, fair enough. I think it'd be very funny too if they just like forgot that what's the green guy's name?
Green. The Cheeto Man.
Yeah, the Cheeto guy. What's his name?
They just forget him in there.
Yeah, they just like he gets lost, and then like we just don't talk about it, and then Judo Master, and then he's like the post credit of the last episode is him just like lost in that world. It's
like the Venom post credit scene where he's just in a different universe and
so long, buddy.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, that's Peacemaker. That's it for what we had. Next week, Big Bold Beautiful Journey. We'll talk some more Peacemaker. We'll talk some more Gen V. We're going to talk some PTA. I'm going to talk some Spider-Man. Spider-Man release happening in theaters.
Spider-Man.
I want pictures of Spider-Man. So yeah, pumped. Very excited.
I got the Smashing Machine tomorrow.
Oh, you do? You have an early access screening.
I do. And I just wanted to give a massive shout out to Hunter here. As of recently, I had deleted social media off of my phone.
That's
just because I was like, you know what? Not that I'm off it completely because I have it on my iPad. It's just like
iPad kid.
Yeah, I'm basically an iPad kid, but screen time is down. Just trying to live in the moment more, stay off my phone. But with that, there are downsides. I don't really go on Instagram and see when things come out or things drop. So I'm currently trying to figure out how to get my news other places and to know that immediately. But I saw a text in the group chat from Hunter, and he was like, Jack, you have to go to this.
You simply must go.
The AMC in the new city I've moved to has an early access screening of the Smashing Machine. Literally signed up with my
what
AMC.
Format? In what format?
In IMAX, which is it 16 millimeter?
I think it's one of the few 16 millimeters in the nation.
I think there's 11 theaters showing it in.
Yeah,
the United
16
States.
millimeter IMAX.
So I'm very excited. I've done a little bit of research. I've seen that the 16 millimeter is supposed to almost give it that like natural film feel.
This thing is going to look incredible.
I'm super pumped to see it. There actually was, it looked like a large group of people that took out their reservation in my theater. So
11 theaters in the United States.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I'm hoping they have like a kind of like a cool promo thing. Like I know how they kind of like give out some of those like almost like how at Twisters they gave out like T-shirts and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be super sick. But more or less, I'm excited to just kind of like be in a packed theater for this movie. May even throw some content on the socials, but
yes, please.
I don't know when the review. I don't.
Action?
Oh, we could totally do some vlog action.
Oh, you can review it. Hey, we don't abide by embargoes, Akira. Okay, until a paycheck comes in the mail, we'll do whatever we want. All right, it's their fault for making it available for you to watch.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
but I'm really pumped. I'm excited to kind of give my thoughts, and I know all of us on the podcast here are really pulling for a The Rock Oscar. It would just be the craziest 180 in film history, dare I say?
Dare you say? Dare I believe?
Dare I believe?
Oh,
but
also we do have to say, rest in peace, Robert Redford. Did miss that one earlier.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Sundance tied to him, obviously. Like people got their start there. It's huge. So rest in peace, Robert Redford. Did just remember that right now?
Yeah. I really wanted to watch some of his movies this week, but none of them were available. Like none of the
you heard of Captain America
Sundance
too?
Yeah, but I want to see like what is it?
All the President's Men, I'm pretty sure, is on Max.
It's on Max.
I think so.
And I sincerely apologize to Robert Redford because I was like, you know what, I really want to watch one, and I was like looking, I was like, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is like. Some people are like, this movie is just cinema at its core.
Do you want to hear a possibly real Robert Redford story that is on Twitter?
Give it to me.
All right, this hand up. I don't know if it's real. I'm going to believe it's real. Like we said last week, we're not a news source. We're a podcast. It's different. All right, according to this guy, my favorite Robert Redford story is that Mike Nichols considered him for Dustin Hoffman's role in The Graduate. During their conversation, Nichols asked Redford something like, "Have you ever struck out with a girl?" And Redford's response was basically like, "I don't understand that question." And so he did the girl, which is just that's so awesome. That's like the coolest thing. That he's a movie star's movie star. That's the greatest thing.
That's hilarious. I love those stories. It's just like look, even if it's not real, it's a good story. Maybe there's someone out there that is. Yeah, exactly. It's like
his last official role was in Avengers Endgame, which is very funny to think about. He has an uncredited performance in Dark Winds, a AMC show where he's like in the background playing chess, I guess, because he was a producer on that.
Okay.
So
rest in peace, Robert Redford.
Rest in peace, Redford. You will be missed. Well, till next week, be good to each other. Jack, anything else?
No.
All right. Next week, Jack will have one thing on his wall. Live, laugh. Anything? Live, laugh? Live, laugh, Shazam?
Watch movies.
That too. In this house, we watch movies. In this house, we call films cinema. That'd be good. I like that one.
That would be good.